Good. No. Overruled. Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And of course, good morning, mini Motorways. We are going to Warsaw, where we will start with 4 roundabouts and a motorway. Samurai Sam did not think there was gonna be a gimmimimim today. That is because I told people that there would not be a gimmimimim today. So here's the deal. The TLDR, because it's a funny work story, and what are TV shows on the internet for except funny work stories, right? So there's this guy, right? And I'm going to be vague about this because I'm contractually obligated to do so as part of the conditions of my continued employment. But there's this guy, right? And this guy owns a business, and a thing happened to this guy's business. And this guy wanted his insurance company to, help pay for fixing the thing that happened to his business so that he could still have a business. And the insurance company was like, I don't know about that. And the guy in the insurance company went back and forth. And I'm not trying to suggest that anybody's right or wrong because I don't know anything about anything except the things that I saw. But the guy in the insurance company went back and forth, and the insurance company was like, I don't know. So the guy, on behalf of his business, acting as his business, decided to sue the insurance company. And as part of lawsuits such as this, where a guy is suing an insurance company for maybe not doing the thing the insurance company is contractually obligated to do, the insurance company is well within their rights to hire a bunch of lawyers to take a bunch of depositions. And depositions are just essentially testimony that happens outside of court so that the lawyers know what the people will say when they get in front of a judge. So the lawyers are taking this guy's deposition. And the guy is, again, I'm not taking sides here, and I certainly don't mean to imply that I know all of the facts or can form a legal opinion on the case or anything. Let's just characterize the guy as woefully unprepared. So the guy is woefully unprepared for this deposition, can't answer a lot of the questions, doesn't have a lot of the documents that apparently exist that the insurance company didn't know exist, which the insurance company and their lawyers have a legal right to know exist, that sort of thing. So eventually, they get to a point in the deposition where they're like, look, it's late, you've got places to be, you're not fucking helping, let's come back in a few weeks and try this again. We'll pick up right from where we started, we'll pick up right from where we left off, we're not starting over again, that sort of thing, we're not doing nothing, but we're not redoing nothing, rather. But come back in 3 weeks and have all of your shit together, buddy. So they said, come back in 3 weeks and have all of your shit together, buddy. And oh, by the way, I was the guy who was the court reporter for this one. So I was working on this deposition. And initially, the comeback in 3 weeks was June 19th. And on June 19th, it was gonna be 95 degrees in Hartford, Connecticut, which is where all of this took place, and also it was a federal holiday. So a few days before June 19th, I got an email saying, actually, they want to move it to the end of June. Okay, fine, whatever. And then a few days before the end of June, it was, some other bullshit came up, and I got an email saying, actually, they want to move it to Monday, July 2nd. Or, Tuesday, July 2nd. And I said, okay, fine, whatever. So all weekend, I'm, prepping for this deposition, and I'm thinking I should really pack up my gear. But at the same time, I don't want to. Also, I'm going somewhere this weekend. I'll do it when I get back. I'll do it Monday afternoon. I took Monday off work anyway. Yesterday afternoon, just about the time I'm starting to think I should really start packing for this thing that I have to do tomorrow, I get an email which says, actually, the third time was not the charm. They've canceled and perhaps postponed and rescheduled the deposition again. So this is now the third time that I've been supposed to go to Hartford, Connecticut so that this dude who owns this business can get deposed a second time, and the third time that someone has said, actually, we're not going to do that. So, you know. Samurai Sam was here first. Good morning, Samurai Sam. Sam has also delivered sad news that allows me to plug good news.
Let's go, Goog. Let's go, Goog. Let's go. Wait a minute. This guy likes Boston. Boo.
Thank you, Hulkamat, for resubscribing 45 months in the Goog troop, coming up on 4 years of being able to drop every single one of those lovely tier 1 emotes. Thank you so much, Hulk, Anthony, Matt, and wait, what happened? What's happening? We hitting the thing multiple times. Samurai Sam with the Prime sub. Thank you, Sam. Holy crap, folks. All right, we got so many things we gotta do. All right, motorway number 1 is gonna slide over this way. We're gonna reroute these purples to point up that way, go over here. This motorway is awkward and awful. I hate that. We're gonna have to fix that. Meanwhile, we're gonna let's not kill this tree. Let's see if we can avoid killing that tree for once. For once in our freaking lives, let's not kill a tree that doesn't have to die. These 2 purple houses will come over this way, service this purple business. This motorway number 1 will slide in and over like so. You voop into that and then into that. That'll be good and fine. If I get one more purple house here, I can save this bridge. That would be nice. Motorway number 2 will slide all the way over there. Straight shot itself into this green business. That should be A-okay. This greenhouse can come down this way. Hey, got a lot of green now. That's nice. If you want to go circular, actually don't, but still. Okay, thank you, Hulkamat and Samurai Sam, for the subscriptions. Now, Samurai Sam said a thing which allows me to plug a thing. Unfortunately, Samurai Sam will not be around for Subathon 8. Bang, Subathon 8 in the chat. We have been talking about it for a while. It is now officially a thing this Saturday, July the 6th. Starting at 10 o'clock Eastern, we will be live with, I think tradition dictates that we kick it off with a gimmimimim, so we'll probably kick it off with a little bit of gimmimimim, and then after that, why, who knows? Who knows? We'll have the Change Games reward active. Historically, that means we do some console stuff, we do some retro stuff. Jeebus makes me download a Steam game or a Humble Bundle game that I've never heard of. The game ranges anywhere from surprisingly good and fun to among the 10 worst video games I've ever played for an hour. But, that in and of itself is a good fun time. Sam may well drop in to force me to play a lousy game and then just leave without watching. He's going to toss a grenade on the Subathon. That sounds less like a promise and more like a threat, Sam. One of these days I'm going to be a big enough creator of content that I can just, I hurt my nostrils snorting that much. Note to self, don't do that again. One of these days, I'm going to be such a big creator of content that I can make people hit the choose game reward with bits rather than channel points. And then there will be financial ramifications to your silly grenading. So you just watch, buddy. You just watch. One of these days I'm going to be a big enough, take that, guy. Anyway, we got these 3 oranges over here. We got this orange business. That needs to be a thingski. Can probably do that. That sounds like a thing that a person can do. You know what else sounds like a thing that a person can do? Is, there are several things a person can do. A person is not allowed to create agencies that administrate laws. That's nonsense, but a person can. Never mind. We're not here to talk about the Supreme Court. Yesterday was a bad day to be on Twitter. Any day is a bad day to be on Twitter, but yesterday was an especially bad day to be on Twitter. It's account of all the badness. So, anyway, So we're going to take these two greens, we're going to put them on this road, we're going to create a perfectly cromulent traffic light right here. Purples are going to go off that way, greens are going to go this way, we're going to go over into here. Everything's going to be fine. Now then, this is a perfectly cromulent traffic light. That's a correct statement. You know how we have the very helpful triangle emote? One of these days, I should commission Parlor Ghost to make a perfectly cromulent traffic light emote. Incidentally, speaking of commissions, I did commission Izzy to make a new thing, which you're gonna see as part of this stream and YouTube video, and if I have my shit together, all of the other YouTube videos that I make starting in a few weeks, because I have a bunch in the can that don't use the new thing. But there's a new thing. Be on the lookout. The _Goog has a new thing. Ooh. Also, a new thing is the existence of this green business, which isn't necessarily a great thing, but it does mean that we can take these greens, run them up here, service this, and now these two greens, like so, can do that. And also, I don't know, something like boop, bop, bibbity this. Yeah, we can boop, bop, bibbity this. Incidentally, boop, bop, bibbity this is the title of the episode, I guess. Sure. It's a vaguely funny thing that I said. So yes, this Saturday, starting 10 a.m. Eastern, Subathon 8, the Bang Games will be there. The change game reward will be active. Note to self, I gotta update that list of games, because, well, it's been a minute. It's been an actual minute. Let's take a bridge, I guess. Got a beige up here I gotta deal with now. It's not great. I don't love that. What if we did, no, because we can't, interesting. What if we rounded about? No, then it still has the fundamental problem of fuckery. The fundamental problem of fuckery would be a good title for the episode, except I don't like putting profanity in my episode titles. It's a silly thing, but you know. You go off that away. I don't think the algorithm likes words that fuck. No, wait. I think I can try that again and make it better English. Alright, we've got two beiges down here. Ow, head scratchy. I'm pretty sure that two beiges down here is a better way to service this business than one beige way the hell over here. It seems reasonable. Let's draw us some beige. You go over here, and then like so, all the way. God, this is going to use so much road. So much road this is going to use. I'm actually out of road tiles, so, but if I kill this road that I was planning on killing, I won't be. So, we'll get this back, we'll come over here, we'll draw that bridge, voop, and voop, voop, and voop. There. So now these two beige houses way the hell down here are responsible for the health and happiness and maintainability of this beige business way the hell up here, which doesn't sound like a great plan when you say it out loud. It seems like a bad plan, actually. Like already there's a, yeah, this is not great. Like already there's a dot here that is going to have to be taken care of by a car that's, okay, well, also, well, we've got this beige business here. This is a little bit better. This beigeness is okay. Good afternoon, Sun Flares Space. I was plugging a thing. What's the thing? The thing is Subathon 8. I don't know why I'm doing this voice. I should probably stop. I sound like I'm going to call someone Daddy-O and ask if they want to be a hep cat. Nobody wants to be a hep cat. Nobody knows what that is. All right. This green will come up this way. This green circle is the weirdestly supported little green circle in the history of green circles, but that's okay. This tiny little dark green business is superb. These two greens will be up that way. Now then, where was I going with this? Subathon 8 is this Saturday. Hulkamet, you may remember, came in with the resub and said, let's go Goog, let's go Goog, let's go. Wait a minute, this guy likes Boston. Well, that, my friends, is what we in the business like to call a humorous reference to a thing that happened at a wrestling show. For you see, this past weekend, and part of the reason there was no gimme yesterday, is that I went to New York, went to see AEW Forbidden Door, a perfectly cromulent little wrestling show. It was really good. Like, the best AEW pay-per-views are the best wrestling show I've ever seen. This was not the best wrestling show I've ever seen. What it was really good. It had a bunch of really good matches. It had a couple of great matches. It had a couple of matches that weren't any good, but it was fun to boo Chris Jericho, which is basically most of the entertainment you get out of Chris Jericho in 2024, which is unfortunate, but hey, at least he knows it and goes for it, which is better than the theoretical alternative. Anyway, what was I doing? I was redrawing these greens so that this green could jump up that way, service this business. Neither of these four house forks on their own could sustain this business, I don't think. I don't think 4 houses on this long a road is enough to maintain a circle. But together, with the power of friendship, actually come to think of it, it's mostly just the bottom doing all of the work. It's how an abusive DS relationship works. Anyway, gross. We'll take a 5th roundabout rather than a 4th and 5th traffic light. It's a decision that's never going to have any implications on our lives. Let's see here. Oh, gross. Gross and badness. I was just going to say that we could do nice, decent things with this. You know what? We can still do nice, decent things. Hold on. We're going to find a way to do this. This orange business here had 5 houses going to it. That seems not like unnecessary, but a bit much. We're just going to classify that as a bit much. You, meanwhile, are going to come over here. Actually, there's no need for you to go around. There's no need whatsoever for you to go around. Instead, you can go up and over and down and in. Oop, sorry, tree. Like so. And then these oranges will... wait a moment. If you come over that way, just like that, that gets 5 oranges going here. And all of this is fine, except this business is still unserved. Not just underserved, but unserved. So, it's not great. That's not what you want. How, one wonders, might we fix that? It's a question for future Googs, I think, given that it's coming up on Friday. This orange business is just a little bit irritated with me. If I get a motorway this weekend, I can take maybe 2 of these orange houses and straight shot motorway them over this way. That doesn't seem like the worst plan in the history of the world. You go there. We've got 5 on each of these spurs now. If I needed road tiles, I could chop them off, but I don't, so there's no real point. This orange business is still getting a little dicey. It's going to be tough holding this until Monday, actually. I don't really have a better plan, though. My plan as it currently stands is that we just kind of hope this is okay and I get a motorway on Monday. It's Monday, and I didn't get a motorway, so now we're fucked. This is what happens when you rely on a motorway to save your stupid ass. All right, these purples are going to snake up and around and ever so slightly be better. Now, I desperately need to find a way. Okay, here's the new plan. The new plan is that I'm chopping 2 of these oranges off of this road down here. These 2 oranges are going to serve this business. Meanwhile, these 2 oranges over here are going to take a rather long route to sustain this business. That will, in the long run, be fine. for the moment, I'm going to do this just to get... I'm basically going to have these two orange houses send cars down here one time. Like, just one time to save this business. I think one-time injection of cars is enough to clear out this traffic problem, enough that I don't have to worry about it. I could be wrong about all of that, but this is the plan as it stands. You go that away, you go that away, we get beiges going up here. This has just recently become a circle. This business down here actually seems to be pretty fine. It seems to be A-OK skis for now. Fullness of time, it may well be fucked, but, fullness of time, we're all fucked. It's the concept of mortality right there. Anyway. Ow. Hi there. You're a green business that exists. That's fine. I have these 3 greens up here who aren't really doing anything. They can just schloop along like so and go in there. So as I said, I was in New York this past weekend for AEW's Forbidden Door show. It was a really good show. And one of the matches, the match Hulkman was talking about, had Mercedes Moné, one of the big new additions to AEW, taking on CMLL's Stephanie Vaqueur for Vaqueur's title and Moné's title. Anyway, the point is, it was a really good match. And coming in, everybody knew who Mercedes Moné was because she was like a big money WWE signing, and AEW's been pushing her really hard. She's been all over the television, that sort of thing. Nobody really knew who Stephanie Vaqueur was. Like, there were some folks there who had seen her wrestle in Mexico and swore that she was great, and she had been on Dynamite like once or twice, but it had only been like once or twice, so very few people in the building knew who she was. Coming in, the impression was that she was just some nobody who had a title that Mercedes wanted, so they set up a title versus title match so that Mercedes could win her title. So nobody thought Stephanie was gonna win, nobody really cared about her, but then the match starts and Stephanie fucking rules. It turns out that those people who said, hey, this Stephanie Vaqueur chick, she's actually really fucking good, they were correct. Stephanie Vaqueur is, in fact, really fucking good. So the match is going, and Mercedes is good, Mercedes is fine, like, Mercedes is really good, Stephanie's better. And as the match goes on, 2 things happen. 1, Stephanie does a bunch of cool shit and kicks ass and looks awesome, so she makes the crowd, which had previously, respectfully clapped for her, fucking love her. And 2, about, I'd say 12 minutes into this 18-minute match, like about 2/3 of the way through the match, the crowd, which had largely been pro Mercedes Moné, realized that Mercedes Moné is from Boston, and they're from New York. And New Yorkers historically don't like Boston. And the Boston Celtics recently won the NBA championship. In fact, they recently won the NBA championship with Mercedes Moné in the building celebrating because she's from Boston and a big Boston sports fan, particularly the Boston Celtics. Also, and this maybe should have been something the crowd fucking remembered at the start of the match or realized, Mercedes Moné was wearing green, including a green wig. She had green hair and green gear and is from Boston and was recently shown on international television celebrating the Celtics win in Boston. It took these people 12 minutes of this 18-minute match to remember all of those things and decide that in addition to starting to really like Stephanie Vaqueur, they no longer liked Mercedes Moné. So even though, like, at the start of the match, Mercedes gets a big pop when she comes out, and, the crowd's chanting and dancing along with her music, that sort of thing, And in the middle of the match, it was, let's go, Mercedes, let's go, it was something, let's go, Monet, let's go, Steph, that sort of thing. Around 12 minutes in, Mercedes, does a move, and the whole building just shits on her. Just boo. For 5 minutes, Mercedes Monet became the biggest heel in the company. And listen, Mercedes Monet is no stranger to working as a heel. She is, in my opinion and the opinion of many others, a better performer when she's working heel than when she's a babyface. So she heard this reaction and immediately got that, cocky heel grin and started playing to it, because she's a smart, good professional wrestling type person who knows what to do against a surprisingly hostile crowd. This is why she's, good at this, incidentally. Let's do something here with these purples. We're going to run this road, and I'm going to redraw this thing to get an additional purple house going up this way. We're also going to add this green house to this road, so this can be 1B, 1R over here, and these two purples can take motorway number 4 to function as 1B and 1R going in that way. Okie dokie. I'd prefer it if you didn't come in at that terrible awkward angle at the bottom there. Can you do better than that? Can you come in from the side or something? I'm a little bit worried that I'm killing this business, but being a little bit worried that I'm killing this business is kind of part and parcel of being a professional wrestling fan. I'm gonna leave this awkward angle alone, and it's gonna be fine. Leaving an awkward angle alone and hoping that it's going to be fine is also part and parcel of being a professional wrestling fan. So Mercedes won, which, listen, the fans were correct that Stephanie was just here to drop her title to Mercedes because Mercedes wanted the title. But, it was a really good match. It was a really, really good match, and AEW has a nasty little habit and a bit of a reputation of stealing talent from all the companies they partner with, and that's not great to do, and you shouldn't make a habit of doing that. But at the same time, if Stephanie Vaqueur's contract is coming up anytime soon, I might gently suggest to one Anthony middle name Khan that he could improve his business by signing Stephanie Vaqueur. Because having excellent professional wrestlers on your roster is a good thing. It's generally considered a positive for a professional wrestling company. Now listen, not every professional wrestling company actually cares about doing good things for professional wrestling. See also World Wrestling Entertainment. But it would still be good. Also, I'm going to take all of these greens and just toss them up here. These greens down the bottom are doing a fine job of maintaining this circle business. I need to shove the cat away from the microphone. Hold on. Get. Okay. She successfully getted. Now, we need more purples for this purple. This purple, you see, is fucked. It's bad. Let's fix it. How do we suppose we fix it? One wonders. Well, what we can do is create a set of stupid incentives. Like so. We boop this up that way, creating one continuous road, except for the presence of this dumb roundabout. This dumb roundabout only and solely exists to get this purple house onto this road without the need of a traffic light. So having done that, we've added 2 houses to this situation, so this purple business, hopefully, doesn't die. This orange business over here is also gonna hopefully not die, because we've added a 3rd house over this way. It may or may not actually not die. It remains to be seen. We've also got... Alright, we've got these 2 oranges here. I'm going to do this. We're going to run this right over here and create a perfectly cromulent traffic light right here. All of these greens are going to be fine dealing with this situation, and this is going to get 3 more orange houses to support this orange business, which is a thing that is desperately needed. This orange business, as you can tell, is constantly teetering on the brink of apocalypse, which isn't great. Constantly Teetering on the Brink of Apocalypse is the 4th album from a band that just does not care anymore. Let's take a 5th roundabout rather than a 4th and 5th traffic light. I do, after all, use roundabouts a little bit. Speaking of roundabouts, I think I can sneak one in here. And if I can sneak one in here, then I should. For you see, all of this fuckery is a little bit fucked, you see. So we get all of these greens to come over to here. That sends a few more greens over this way to this business, which just entered the death zone for a moment. That's going to be a problem. Hey, we're up over 3,200 trips. That's good. It's a fair number of trips. Okay. You know what? This circle here is kind of an interesting problem. And by kind of an interesting problem, I mean annoyingly fucked. But I can fix that. Sort of. Let's do this. We're going to run voop, voop, and voop. I'm going to take motorway number 2 and have it come from over this way. So now these 6 greenhouses are going to support this circle. Meanwhile, these 6 greenhouses here are going to support this circle. Now neither of the circles is going to be upset. This is a good thing. Another good thing we can do is take this purple here, slide it down that way, and have it join motorway number 1 in supporting this business. Ow. My leg itches. Okay. So, good things aplenty happening over here. That's wonderful. What's not wonderful is this orange circle. Is there anything I can do for this orange circle? I don't think so. I think it's kind of a problem. Sunny says it's ant farm time. It's not necessarily complete ant farm time, but it might be ant farm adjacent time. It might be time to, I wouldn't invest in long-term futures for the city of Warsaw today. But it'll be, generally speaking, fine-ish. I've got, hi! Oh, at some point this business went circular. Oh, well, that's not good. I don't care for that. Here, let's take these 4 beiges. Incidentally, this beige road here, we're just gonna do this. We're gonna add these 2 beiges to motorway number 3 to service this business. That's gonna be fine. Meanwhile, these 4 houses here are going to take motorway number 5. They're going to straight shot over that away. Yeah, you're going to do that and try to help save this business, because one house could not really sustain anything forever, and it can't sustain a circle for even a minute. So, yeah, the traffic demands of this business are reasonable, and it is not at all the business's fault that the business briefly became kafucked. The business did, in fact, briefly become kafucked. Anyway, this orange circle down here is the next crisis. I've seen that one developing for a minute. You'd think I would have developed a plan for how to fix it, but, just because you see a crisis developing doesn't mean you have to fix it. See also climate change, the erosion of civil liberties in the United States, the establishment of an unquestioned God King whose very acts are above reproach from the law so long as that king has a parentheses R next to his name, that sort of thing. Okay, so what I've done is I've bopped this green road up this way, and actually, having done that, we don't need this traffic light. Like, there was no more connection. The connection existed for these 2 houses. These 2 houses are now just motorway number 6ing themselves down this way. So these 2 houses are joining the nonsense going in this direction. We'll take a bridge. I have 4 bridges and don't really need another bridge, but I also have 4 traffic lights and didn't need 2 more traffic lights. I still desperately need to find a way to get more greens into this area. Are there any way I can get more greens into? Hold on. Oh, I've got another stupid kadush. All right, so having stupidly kadushed myself, let's take motorway numero 7 Hold on. Can I sneak a roundabout in here? I can sneak a roundabout in here. Oh, this is about to become the stupidest thing. All right, let's not do anything until we're ready to do a thing. You can move up there. You can move over here. This is probably going to kill this business, but just in case it doesn't kill this business, the plan is that we have a motorway come in here, a motorway come in here, and a road come in from the north. They all meet in the roundabout, and then it creates a nice, smooth, straight path coming back down into this business. You see the working, right? You see I hesitate to call this the logic, but you see the logic at least. It's not gonna solve everything. It may not, in fact, solve anything, but I don't really have a but for that sentence, actually. I just, I don't. Also, unsurprisingly, this business, which was robbed of 2 houses, is now mad about that. So it's really just a question of which orange is going to die, because in addition to being poorly managed businesses, all of my oranges are having rush hour. So that's not great. Okay. Well, all right. 46-65 feels like a really good score. It does feel like a good score. Sam already said that he did not put up a score in the daily challenge today. I'm not so sure that he would have beaten top 4%. But hey, by default, if nothing else, drop those GGs in the chat. Available for tier 1 subs. Good morning, Peters19. Happy to see you here. Let's bring in our wonderful compadre, our very good friend, the Wordle.
Oh, God, stretch. Oh, it can't be stretch. Stretch is a 7-letter word. Oh.
Could be chest, though. Chest is a word that is made with all of the letters that are in the word stretch, except for the R. It's not chest. So, good job, Goog. It could be parka. It's a terrible second guess, but, you know, it was a chance. We've learned a thing. It does have an A in it. It's good to know. We'll get to that. It could be amigo. Did we just steal the word amigo from Spanish? Is that such an English word now? Hey, amigo's in the Wordle dictionary. Lovely. It's not amigo though. So I don't want to rant. I do want to say one thing about AEW. And this is just broad strokes. A lot of folks have become disillusioned with AEW for 2 related reasons, I think. There are 2 main schools of thought that both lead to the conclusion AEW needs to make significant changes to its on-screen product. And there are 2 schools of thought as to why. One school of thought, one approach is basically, hey, when AEW started out, its premise was all kinds of wrestling from, every school of wrestling there is, but none of that WWE bullshit. And also, we have the best wrestlers in the world putting on the best wrestling matches in the world, and we're gonna have a clean finish. We're gonna have winners and losers. That was the approach that AEW took for a while, and now you still get a lot of styles of wrestling. You've kind of picked up on the AEW pattern, though. We've incorporated a lot of WWE bullshit, actually. And any match with real stakes or consequences, there's at least a 40% chance of bullshit. So, it's not great. I would consider that a downgrade. I would rather, and this is just me personally as an aesthetic, as a viewer who is watching the program, I would prefer a return to less of the WWE bullshit and more of these 2 people are going to have a match. And listen, there's a story here, But when it comes like bell to bell, one guy's going to win, one guy's going to lose, and then we're going to go from there. I kind of prefer it that way. I think that's a reasonable, like, that's a fan perspective behind which I can get. There's another fan perspective that focuses more on television ratings and live attendance. And listen, those are important things for a business. It is important for your entertainment product to draw eyes to your entertainment product. And the argument there is, well, AEW's TV ratings are down, which is true. And AEW's live attendance is down, which, listen, is true. You know, I was at Forbidden Door last year in Toronto, and it sold out and the building was packed. I was at Forbidden Door this year on Long Island, and it didn't sell out. The arena that could hold maybe 11 or 12,000 people had about 10,000 people in it. And that's troubling and worrying, but at the same time, AEW Dynamite is still the first or second highest rated TV show other than actual live real sports on Wednesday nights. And I mean, you'd rather they sold out, but they still got 10,000 people to show up to Long Island on a Sunday night. It's not exactly bad. They're not exactly dying. They are, in fact, very close to signing what promises to be a very lucrative television contract. So I don't think there's much of a leg to stand on from the business perspective the company is dying angle. Now, it is entirely possible that the decline in television ratings and the dip in live attendance is itself connected to the increase in WWE bullshit and de-emphasis on some of the things that made AEW both unique and good to begin with. That is totally fair. But I feel like nobody's making the point that one causes the other. It's just, oh, business is down. Swerve is a bad champion. You've got to get the belt off of Swerve. Which, maybe you've got to get the belt off of Swerve. Maybe it would be just better if you made Swerve the main focus of the show, as your world champion should be and only occasionally is. I don't know. I don't want to go on a rant, mostly because I'm not a business guy, and also I'm tired. I just woke up. I have only had one Coca-Cola Zero Sugar this morning. Branded content for the good folks at the Coca-Cola Corporation. I can say Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. I can pretend that people don't call your beverage Coke Zero. I don't know why you haven't leaned into just calling your beverage Coke Zero. It's probably a branding, trademarking, copyright issue. There's probably a reason you insist that your beverage is called Coca-Cola Zero Sugar instead of, Coke Zero. But I digress. I want another Coke Zero. Buy Coke Zero. This is not subliminal messaging. It's not quite super liminal because I'm not shouting it. It's just kind of liminal. There's some free liminal advertising Coca-Cola. Go buy Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. It's good. The hell is this Wordle? It could be Lungi? No, there's no G. Also, Lungi's not a word. It's kind of a problem. Also, there's supposed to be an A in it, so this is definitely not. Okay. It could be bland. Actually, yeah, it could be bland, couldn't it? I was originally going to make up another it can't be bland because there's no I in bland. Well, okay, the good news is I've learned several things. Could it be final? It could be final, right? And etc. It's not final. But we did figure out where the A goes, so that's nice. All right. It already was final. Remember your one. I have a one? I don't remember. What was my one? Oh, right. When I did my one, my guess it in a one. The day after, yeah, the Monday after Final Subathon 7, the Wordle was final. Well, okay, that's true. It's already been several dozen words at this point, Sam. All right, so we need a word that contains an L, an I, an N, has an A as its fourth letter. I feel like just by logic and process of elimination, there's only one word that fits all of the known constraints. That may not actually be true, but... So what if it's... Ivlan? Ivlan fits all of the known constraints, but is not actually a word. So that's kind of a problem. Ilkson. Ilkson fits all of the known constraints. No, it doesn't, because we know that L is not the second letter. Inlax. There we go. Oh, it's inlay. It's an actual word. Hold on. Inlay fits all of the known constraints and is an actual word. Okay. Good job, the underscore Goog. I tried to make a jokey joke and I wound up solving the puzzly puzzle. So for today's connections, we've got a great number of things. Hello!
I made it at the last minute.
Circle Master resubscribing. First of the month streams are always fun. 40 months in the Goog Troop for Circle Master. Thank you, Circle Master. You will once again have the opportunity to continue dropping all of those lovely Tier 1 emotes. Everybody go follow Circle Master. I demand it. I command you, etc., etc. Everybody go follow Circle Master. Thank you once again. Grinding FF9, getting to level 99 in the Evil Forest. A truly ridiculous feat. And yet it shall be done. By the will and power of Circle Master. It shall be done. Alright, now. For today's, I mean, yeah, if your feet hurt, you probably don't want to stream just because, I don't know, general personal convenience. Oh, God. Oh, back. All right. So, for today's connections game, we need to connect some things. Okay. So, well, hold on. Caveat, ergo, and vox are all Latin words that have been stolen for English, right? Is there one more of those? Is it quid? Yeah, quid. Quid is a Latin word that we just kind of yoinked, right? We did the old Latin yoink. Sorry. I apologize to Boop Bop Bibbity this, but we've decided that the old Latin yoink is the title of the episode. Oh, God. All right. So, I think I've got something. There's the blame game. That's a thing. Oh, I just got a job assignment for today. It starts at 10. Okay. This starts at 10. And I don't have to worry too much about it. Okay. Well, that's a shame. I previously didn't have an assignment for today, and now I do, but at least I found out about it now. Anyway, Sunflower Space has correct. We picked up on where I was going. You've got the blame game, an arcade game, a fixed game, as in something that is rigged. Oh, actually, yeah, instead of a fixed game, Circle Master has a point. Squid Game is a thing. And then you've got the numbers game, which is just the lottery. Thank you, Circle Master, for catching that. Now then. You can stow, stash, store, or squirrel away some shit if you're putting it away or hoarding it. Getting ready for hibernation, that sort of thing. And frozen, toxic, fixed, and liquid are, I don't know, bad things to happen to water? No, that's not right. They're adjectives for, they're things that can be assets. Okay, I see. That's all right. I don't necessarily agree with you there, the New York Times, but whatever. Today's Strands game. The theme is heat and eat. So, let's see here. Ow. It feels like microwave should be involved, and there are plenty of M's, but I don't actually see a microwave connection. So, whatever shall we do? Heat and eat. Is it just quick meals or budget meal? No. It's not meals up in the top left. I do see meals here in the middle. But is this the start of a spangram that goes up this way? So it's not like Meals on Wheels or anything. Is it meal service? No. It's I feel like I'm close to the spangram. Sunflower Space, much like an Arby's, she sees the meats. No? Do they not have that particular Arby's commercial in the Netherlands? They probably don't have that particular Arby's commercial in the Netherlands. A shame, really. Circle Master sees poached, so this could just be... Oh, I see the beets. Now I want some killer tofu. But Circle Master has found poached, so this could just be all manner of... Yeah, this is all manner of cooking methods. Okay. That's reasonable, sort of. Someone saw glaze. I see. Here's a glaze. It's a thing one can do to a ham. Not actually a cooking method, though, so it didn't... Spangram could just be cooking? It could be. COOKING. Well, that's... Well, okay. I mean, listen, you're not wrong, Strands. That is a... Sure. Oh, God. Oh, my back. Flambe right here. Don't heat and eat your back. That's a bad idea. A person should not do that. When Sunny walks in the room, something, I forgot the lyrics, she makes the whole place simmer. I should probably apologize for that. And then we've got Blanche right there. No word on Dorothy or Rose, but I made the joke just as Circle Master made it in text, so. The microphone adds a degree of difficulty, we'll pretend. You can braise something. That's absolutely a cooking method. And over here, it wasn't glaze, it was deglaze. And then you have a video game platform for some reason. Oh, big stretch. A perfectly cromulent game of Strands. Not the funniest one, not the bestest one, but a good one nonetheless. 4. The Immaculate Grid, we require Mets, Giants, Rockies, Orioles, dudes what played left field, and dudes what played right field. Astonishing. Also, there's a cookie button for cookies. Okay. I don't really want to know what the Immaculate Grid needs with my browser data, but, you know, if the product is free, you are the product. Okay, so we need a Rocky who played for the Mets. The obvious one is Mike Hampton. The Immaculate Grid needs to track how often I remember Pedro. It's a minute. It's a minute. Every once in a while, we do remember Pedro Martinez. Sadly, there will be no Pedro Martinez today. I don't remember if Alejandro de Aza was a Baltimore Oriole, and I kind of assume he played left field for the Mets. Yeah. We're gonna just kind of assume that Alejandro de Aza played left field for the New York Mets. Good job, Goog. All right. Dude who played right field for the Rockies. Did Matt Holliday ever play right field? I know he played left field a lot. He probably played right field at some point, just because that's a thing that corner outfielders do. But let's play it a little bit safer than that and just go with Carlos Gonzalez. There you go. Dude who played right field and left field is any manner of dude. Like any utility infielder will have done this. I'm reasonably certain that Bernie Williams did this, although I know he played right field late in his career. I don't know if the Yankees ever put him in left. They should have, because his arm was shot. But, you know, why would a utility infielder play outfield? Because, well, part of the reason guys keep jobs as utility infielders is utility. So if you have a guy whose role on your team is to back up a lot of spots in the infield, you will probably at some point also need someone to back up your outfielder. And if that guy can, stand in the same spot, it's good for your team to have a guy who can play a lot of positions somewhat competently. This is the reason that Brock Holt had such a long major league career. Brock Holt is a dude who played both right and left field. Ow. There is a different skill set, obviously, required to play any given major league position versus any other given major league position, but the main skill that differentiates like an infielder from an outfielder is reaction time for fly balls. You play all positions equally poorly. Is there a word for that? Yes. Starling Marte. Mets jokes. I got Mets jokes now. No? Okay. Mark Vientos. This is a Met who plays a bunch of positions poorly. Brett Beatty got sent down to AAA, so in part so that they could teach him how to play second base. And also so that they could hopefully teach him to swing up, stupid. It's not working. Incidentally, he's not swinging up. So we need a Baltimore Oriole who played right field. Sammy Sosa did that, I'm sure. A San Francisco Giant who played left field is one Michael Yastrzemski. Waboop. And now we have to put some dudes on teams. Dudes on teams is always where this falls apart. I can think of a guy who played a position for any given team, but, dudes on teams is where it's all a little dicey. I can do it, says Samurai Sam. All right. Do I want to just take the layup with Mike Hampton? I have it in my head now that Franklin Morales pitched for the Mets. I don't think that's actually true. I don't think that one-time Rockies starter turned one-time Red Sox reliever Franklin Morales wound up on the New York Mets at any point in his career. I don't actually think that's true. I think my brain is lying to me. I'm also intrigued by the possibility of putting Jamie Moyer up in this top left square because I know he played for the Rockies. I'm not 100% sure of the Giants. Circle Master, there are areas of expertise everywhere that's just like, there are guys, I'm sure there are guys who you would think of as absolute layups. Absolute layups. Top left, Sam wants me to say Chris Bryant. I should probably say Chris Bryant, actually. Not many people remember that he was a Giant for a minute. He was, in fact, a Giant for a minute. 34% of the people who got that square remember that he was a Giant for a minute, so. But yes, Circle Master, there are dudes who you would think of as absolute layups that I've never heard of in my life. Like, name a video game developer who worked for Bethesda. Todd Howard counts as a video game developer, right? And beyond that, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Does he? It's an open question at this point. Okay, we need an Oriole who played for the Giants. Which, Javi Lopez was a Giant, wasn't he? Was he? No, I'm not sure. Fuck. Randy Johnson wasn't an Oriole. Buster Posey wasn't an Oriole. Rafael Palmeiro wasn't a Giant. Will Clark? Will Clark fits, right? Sam can think of an a-hole. I think Will Clark's an asshole. Is he a specific asshole, or is he just a generic Republican asshole? I'm going to say Will Clark, and it's going to turn out that he never actually played for the Orioles, and I'm going to be wrong, but I'm going to say Will Clark. Hey, I was right. I was correct. I made a factually accurate statement when I said that Will Clark played for the Baltimore Orioles. Good job, Goog. Okay. Sam, Will Clark is a wealthy white man in his 50s or 60s or whatever who made his living playing professional sports. Are you sure you don't want to bet that he's an asshole? Just like demographically speaking? It's like how every Twitter bio I've ever had includes the phrase, demographically speaking, I am the worst person you know, because I am a white dude in my mid-30s who, for purposes of this conversation, counts as a cishet straight guy, and just said the phrase cishet straight guy, which is one of the more redundant phrases in the history of repetitive redundancy. I am, demographically speaking, the worst fucking dude. All right, I'm taking the layup with Mike Hampton, and then we're stressing about this center square. That's what's happening. Oh, God. We need an Oriole who played for the Mets. Also, I just saw that it's 8:02 and this damn television YouTube show has been going for an hour. It's a name that came up very recently that fits. As in, yesterday. So something happened to someone yesterday that fits. What the fuck happened in baseball yesterday? It was Monday. There were like 3 games yesterday, and I didn't watch any of them. Well, fuck, dude. Yesterday was Bobby Bonilla Day. And Bobby Bonilla very famously played for the Mets and also apparently played for the Orioles. Okay. I'm going to put Bobby Bonilla in the center square just so that we can... it occurs to me that Bobby Bonilla fits probably at least most, if not all of these. But, yeah, Bobby Bonilla was a good baseball player who had his contract bought out, and as part of the terms of his contract being bought out, is receiving a guaranteed deferred payment of $1 million and change every year until like 2035. Good for you, Bobby Bonilla. You've unfortunately become the face of one of many anti-labor movements suggesting that deferred contracts are bad and that owners should just not pay players. But anyway, happy Bobby Bonilla Day. This is a 118 rarity score, which isn't isn't actually good. But hey, look at this. Look at this. Right. Look at the fringes here. I got a zilch 0.9 and a zilch 0.1. We'll take that. All right, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. Thank y'all, as always, for being here. And I did mention there was a special treat. It's a new end screen, so keep your hopes at an appropriate level. But enjoy the new end screen. I will be back tomorrow morning for another edition of Good Morning Mini Motorways, and also Baldur's Gate 3 tonight. Yay! Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye. No. I do not want to. Ow! Fuck. Okay, now if I pick up extra energy, does that, like, put me back over 100 and refill my tank? Because I would like that. I would like that very much. Stop! Did the same thing again. Yeah.